So, my dear Nordic friends, first I want to apologize for not being able to listen all the discussions and the conversation here. This is due to the horrible attack in Brussels this morning, attack in the heart of Europe. And I really want to give my deepest condolences to all victims and families here with you. But back to our very, very interesting theme today, to water. I was the minister responsible for Nordic cooperation when we started planning our priority themes for this year. And we chose water for one priority theme because of its nature as a strategically important natural resource in Nordic countries, but also globally. And I think that today's discussions they have shown us that this was actually a very right choice. Water is important globally, and it's important for all of us. But it has both economic, social, environmental, as well as foreign and security policy dimensions. And in water questions, with the Nordic countries, as in many other issues, we share the same objectives of promoting peace and stability. And I think that's more actual today, again. Also, we share same objectives of reducing poverty, realizing economic, social and cultural rights, and promoting sustainable use of natural resources. We all know that global water resources are very scarce, and population growth, as we heard here, like in Africa, in coming years, climate change, consumption habits, they diminish them even further. And through active development cooperation in the water sector, the Nordic countries can increase regional stability and promote global security. Transboundary water cooperation, both through bilateral agreements and the two global conventions, contributes to the same purpose. Finland has actively advanced transboundary water cooperation already for the past 50 years. My friends, water is a crucial element in the 2030 agenda, and both as a separate goal, as we heard here, but as a cross-cutting issue. I think it's included in every goal, as Olli Varis here mentioned. As we have discussed today, the implementation of the agenda is a joint challenge we all now face nationally, regionally, and globally. And we can make this 2030 agenda a real success story, but it will not happen by itself. We really need to work together. In today's panel discussion, we heard about the Nordic efforts in providing safe drinking water and sanitation for all, integrated water resources management, water quality, and supporting the participation of the local communities. I'm very convinced that Nordic cooperation will add value to our country-level implementation of the agenda. The project, the Nordic Council of Ministers, is currently preparing on the Nordic cooperation in the implementation of the 2030 agenda, plays here a very, very important role. The Nordic experience has clearly shown that economic growth does not need to be linked to increased water consumption and to increased load to water resources. It's quite the opposite. Our approach to sustainable water management, advanced technologies in wastewater treatment, effective environmental oversights, and citizens' high motivation in the protection of waters are areas where we could explore further in terms of Nordic branding and joint economic interests. Nordic focus on clean tech and innovations could also provide more opportunities for companies, including through joint export and infrastructure projects. It's everything, that all is also about job creating, here in Nordic countries, in Europe, but also in developing countries. Many of the areas of Nordic water cooperation we have discussed today will be also discussed in the Nordic Development Ministers meeting, which will be arranged next autumn in Copenhagen in connection with the meeting of the Nordic Council. A long-term tradition of annual meetings between our officials working with water development cooperation also exists and creates opportunity to follow up on these matters. To follow up is it's actually very, very important. Finally, I want to use this opportunity to thank Finnish Water Forum and the Water Association Finland for organizing this seminar jointly with us, with Ministry for Foreign Affairs. Your work is connecting public and private sector, academia and organizations working with water issues. This is very valuable work and much appreciated. Thank you for that. And we all here are very, very aware that the term Nordic model is regularly used when referring to our achievements, for example, in gender equality, competitiveness, or good governance. But based on these discussions here today, I have a suggestion. I think and I hope we can together make Nordic water the next Nordic brand. I think it's very much needed everywhere in the world. Thank you everybody for participating in this seminar.